They said 2025 was going to be just another year. But as dawn breaks on September 3rd, the world is waking up to something, well, something way bigger than just speeches or celebrations. Down Beijing's Chang'an Avenue, a procession is kicking off that will literally redefine the 21st century.
You know, what you're looking at here isn't just another military parade. No, this is a live broadcast of a fundamental shift in global power. This is one of those moments that historians are going to point to for decades to come. And this isn't for a celebration. This is a message carved in steel. It's a declaration that the old balance of power is officially over. We're going to unpack exactly what makes this whole event so critical, and hey, if you want to understand the forces that are shaping our future, subscribing is probably the best way to stay ahead of the curve.
For decades, right, military parades were mostly about national pride, symbolism. This is different. Every single missile, every drone, every autonomous system that's rolling down that boulevard isn't just hardware. It's a warning. This is about raw, unfiltered dominance, and it's aimed at a very specific global audience. This broadcast is what you'd call a calculated strategic communication. It's not for the average person. It's aimed squarely at the people whose entire job it is to analyze military threats. We're talking generals in Washington, admirals out in the Pacific, and the strategic planners over in Brussels. They know exactly what's at stake here, and you better believe they're watching every single frame. So, what is it that they're seeing that's causing so much alarm? Well, analysts are going to be replaying this footage for months, but the main takeaway is already crystal clear. We are witnessing a fundamental shift in the actual technology of warfare itself. The crucial thing to get here is that this isn't about small incremental improvements. The weapons on display, they represent huge generational leaps. We're talking about entirely new categories of capability that pretty much make previous defense systems obsolete. These aren't just slightly faster jets or bigger tanks, they change the rules of the game.
I mean, we are talking about systems that rewrite military doctrine. Things like hypersonic glide vehicles that pretty much defy interception, autonomous drone swarms that can overwhelm any traditional air defense system, and anti-ship ballistic missiles like the DF-27, which are specifically designed to neutralize aircraft carriers. And here's the most critical part. China isn't just testing these systems, they're producing them at scale. Let's try to put that into perspective. Mach 10, that is 10 times the speed of sound. A hypersonic weapon moving at that speed can hit a target from thousands of kilometers away before that target's radar even registers that it's under attack. The time you have to make a decision to respond, it's compressed almost zero. That is a truly revolutionary capability. So, this all brings us to the United States. For Washington, this parade is way more than just a geopolitical headache. It's a full-blown identity crisis. See, for over 70 years, the U.S. has operated on this core assumption of its own unquestioned military dominance. Well, this parade just shatters that assumption. And this shift is just profound. For decades, the ultimate symbol of American power projection has been the carrier strike group, basically a floating fortress that could go anywhere in the world. But when China rolls out weapons specifically designed to defeat those carriers, the message is crystal clear. Your oceans are not safe anymore.
But the most alarming fact of all is the time gap. While China is fielding these next-generation systems right now, today, comparable American projects are still years away from deployment. China isn't just catching up anymore. In some areas, it's pulling ahead. And that forces Washington into a state of strategic panic, with ripple effects for the entire world. If you're finding this breakdown valuable, subscribing really does ensure you won't miss our future analyses. But it's not just the U.S. that's watching with concern. This parade is sending shockwaves through every major capital on Earth. Every nation is now being forced to recalculate its own security and its relationship with both Washington and Beijing. Think about it. For Russia, its claim as a top-tier military power is suddenly challenged. For India, those long-standing border tensions and that growing naval rivalry in the Indian Ocean just became a lot more dangerous. For key U.S. allies like Japan and South Korea, their entire defense strategy, which is built on the American security umbrella, is now in question. And for NATO, the foundational assumption of American power as a constant has been completely shattered. So what's the ultimate goal here? It's a strategy that you could call deterrence through spectacle. The purpose isn't just to show off cool hardware. It's to psychologically dominate potential adversaries, to make the very idea of a military confrontation seem suicidal. It's an attempt to win a conflict before it even begins. This all leads to one single inescapable conclusion. The way the world has thought about global power and warfare for the last half-century is now officially obsolete. The game has changed.
So what does that mean? It means the real war begins now, not on some battlefield, but in research labs, in corporate boardrooms, and in government command centers all across the globe. It's a frantic, multi-trillion-dollar race to catch up to a future that, for many, has already arrived. The old playbook is gone.
September 3rd, 2025, it wasn't just another date on the calendar. It was the day the rules changed. And that leaves all of us with the ultimate question: who gets to write the next chapter? For more explainers that break down our new reality, make sure you subscribe. We really want to know what you think. What are the biggest implications of this shift? Let us know your point of view down in the comments below.